Yeah. Oh. Hey, good evening. Good evening to you, buddy. All the way from South Louisiana. Thank you very much. It's Thursday night, and we have a show. We're going to start doing some more work on the His Majesty Canadian Corvette SNOWBERRY by Matchbox from Revell, Germany. We've already got the well, it's not cemented down, but I already got the 44-inch gun and gun turret assembly mounted on the deck. It snaps on, snaps off. So I didn't need to take it off anyway to put the railings on it and rig it up, and also do some rust on it. Also on the breakwater, I can put rust on it also as well. Yeah, I'm really loving this 1/72 scale Corvette. Yeah, it snowed last night. I got good and cold last night, and it's cold today. Right now, it's perfect here. It's in the 70s here in the room, so we're gonna have a fairly good night tonight, buddy. Are you working on any models right now? Or are you just grilling and chilling and watching? Well, we got 6 watching, 1 on the chat, 1 thumbs up. So it started out pretty good. I was a couple minutes late tonight, so I guess I'm good for that. Oh. I checked the door was closed, so I was creeped over a little bit. Okay. Okay, we got yeah. Oh yeah, that kit by our senior Latina. They make some pretty decent kits. They truly do. The first, if that's our senior Latina, they're good kits. Oh, model shipways, beautiful. Let me show you what I got right here. Okay, Jeremy. That's what I got. I had this kit for years. Box is rough for the car, but the kit's pristine. Still got, still wrapped up in cellophane baggies it comes from. So I'll probably be hopping on this pretty soon. These are very, 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 very good kits. And with the construction on these things nowadays and the treatment of plans you get in the model shipway kits, they're the best. The best I can see in the market. Much better than Blue Jacket, I think. These here are just like professional plans from the actual aircraft, the actual ship itself. This is pretty expensive. I think I paid about almost $400 this kit here. And I had this kit for about I don't know, I'd say at least 5 years. I've had it in since I bought this at the hobby shop. And normally those hobby shops where I come from, my neck of the woods, I live in Ohio, they don't stock stuff like this on model shelves. They more or less go to these kids with these radio control cars and tanks, armor and such. And now they got these foam jobs that people make now, EPA foam. And so they going towards that kind of hobby, and this stuff is going south. But here's my model shipways Niagara. This is Admiral Commodore Perry's flagship they used during in the Battle of the Great Lakes out there during the Revolution and the War of 1812. So this is mine right here. Yep, that was mine. Okay, everybody. I think I'm gonna change camera direction and put it over here, so it's closer to my work, and I can look at the chat board all at once. Oh, okay, come with me, my sweet. Why we're looking for you. That's my screw cutters. I don't like the little ones. All thing is get the pinch your nails, so I'll get this up the workbench. Put it over here with the stripe parts jar. You can stay there till I need you. Since I got my regular screw cutters now. Ronald McDonald, the hamburger, get out of there. He's been watching my build for a while. He's a pretty good old boy. I got no hamburgers to steal here. Okay. Without further ado, we're going to continue the construction of this thing. Off camera, I went ahead and mounted my turret there, my forged gun mount, right behind the breakwater. So it's not glued down yet. It just snaps down there. I'll snap it, I'll pull it off. I'm gonna add some rust to this thing, a little more rust as I go along. Right now, I'm going to pay attention to get the superstructure done and get it all painted, paired, and primed. See how far it'll take us for tonight. So we're doing along for 4 or 5 minutes to a couple hours, whatever it takes to make this video. And we'll get Mr. Ronald McDonald, the hamburger, out of the way. If he wants to watch his thing, I'll put him over here where he's out of everybody's way. This assembly's all done, less the stanchions and the railings around the gun mount. Now we got the chart house to assemble. So when we get that together, that's got to be primed. But anyway, this is not glued down because it's removable for painting. I got rust to do on this thing. I'm going to do that tonight too as I go along. So like I say, ain't going to be no foot race for this kit. It's just something that I can stay on without losing interest in going on something else when I finish up. So far, this is video number 4. Again, I got a long ways this thing since I presented the kit. This is my 3rd rodeo of this build. This is my Freebird Matchbox Revell, Germany, Glass Corvette. His Majesty Canadian Corvette SNOWBERRY. The decks are all treated, got all the details on the folks are all done, less stanchions. I like to put the railings on last, as last touch. I'll tell you why. Because if I put them on now, some point in time I'll be moving the ship around for painting or assembling. It's going to clobber something and break something. So I'll do that last. There's not that much rail work on this thing anyway. They gave you stanchions, they give you some kind of stanchions comes with a kit, but they give you a whole slew, a big old baggie. Looks like nylon sprue or something. It's brittle. It can be broken very easy. You got to be very careful. It's plastic. It looks like fiber optics. And the glue very easy to the stanchions to give the kids. So what you do is, it's an option. I know darn well there's some aftermarket parts out there that'll supersede this style of kit form designed rail that is applied on this here model. Go to Blue Jacket, Ship Crackers, and get you can get stanchions, breast stanchions you put on here. You can wire through it and everything. But like I say, I'm 6'2" and give you the kit. All the stanchions come on the screws. Once they're done, just glue your stanchions one by one to holes that's the middle of the deck. When it's all done, nice and set, you just dabble glue here, dab there, dab there. Even with Carlisle, you just touch it and glue it. It sticks just like that quick. And glues the stanchions quite well. So anyway, this is what they give you for real. They give you the kit stanchions, which are on screws, and they give you these right here in a packet. Okay, where was I? That's movable for us. Work on a chart house. Chart house and these ready boxes right here. That'll be simple for tonight. I'm going to find those before I put the windows in there. And paint it too. Paint buckets. got kind of cool my day today. I walked out of the store. It's probably about a good maybe 2 miles. I would say 3 miles, maybe pretty much. Took me about 15, 20 minutes for me to walk that far. It's the best exercise I had a long time since I left work. I do need to do more walking. Okay. Okay, got that in there. Boy, it's getting dark in here. It's more light. So, I had to check the chat board lately. 9 watching, 5 thumbs up. We got Jeremy and Mark. Yeah, Mark, that's a good kit. I've had one of those one time. I think they're only about, I remember they're very small. I would say it's probably maybe about 10 inches or so. Very small scale they used. I remember that kit. Might be 1/600 scale, I'm thinking. Oh yeah, these things are about $300 now on eBay. I was checking the other day just for curiosity to see how much they run. I got this for nothing. The first kit came out, I think it was about $119, something like that. That's how much they were. That was back in 2007. But the Matchbox kit like this, under the Matchbox name, they run around $79 in America when they first came out. This is my third time I built this kit. Every time I build one of these, it's not different than the last one. The first one I did, it was all white. And of course, it was weathered like this. And I built that. It took me about a couple months to build that thing. I was pretty much on it every day. And I can remember, and when I got it all done, it was nice. So I made a video of that. That was done about 12 years ago. So check my old modeling page, and you'll see those of the past. My first snowberry that I built. That kit right there was, I believe, the Matchbox 1970. Yeah, got two Matchbox, one Revell Germany. No. I got one that is one from Matchbox, actually two from Matchbox, one from Revell Germany. Revell Germany is one my wife got me for Christmas, and I had a lot of problems getting parts for it. And they gave me a brand new kit, a lot of the missing parts, and this is it right here. That's why I call it my freeboard, my freebird. It's big kit. It's big, guys. It's colossal. I mean, if you're in the radio control, I have one of these that's radio control. I made a build of it when I was living in my trailer. I was living in Ohio. And that was the USS Saucy. That was the United States Navy Corvette. We call them PCs, patrol craft. And, so we got a lot of them from Canada during the war lease program they had. So America had these well too. These are very rugged ships. They're probably a little over 200 feet, not much more than that. And actually, they're designed for whale catchers. And whale catchers are virtually unsinkable because the way they're built, it's sleek, just like this area is, you know. These things are designed to take rough seas. The North Atlantic is probably one of the roughest oceans that there is outside around the Cape. And they take a good beating. So anybody who's got one of these, you want to build it, go ahead and build it. It's a good kit. You will not be disappointed. And it goes together quite easily. You just got to pay attention to the instructions. The instructions are pretty clear. I mean, they're very easy to follow. A person who's never built one before should have no problem putting this thing together. A novice or a faint-hearted person who wants to take the ultimate challenge of sprucing up his his quality and a better model. This is a must model to have on, and all modelers workshop or in their collection have one of these. They're nice. They are. They are. Like I say, they're suitable for radio control. No suggestions, no instructions at all in the instruction sheet they give you indicates it shows you how to convert to radio control. You're on your own there. I mean, if you got enough modeling experience, know how to put a motor in there, know how to put the prop shaft through there, and work on the belt crank for your rudder, so you hook up to your servo. You're on your own right there. That's pretty much, like I said, you're on your own. You learn by yourself. If you have any kind of construction ability that you've done in your past in the form of art or just in reality, if you know how to build things, I'm trying to say, you have no problem with converting to radio control. I've already got one of these radio controls ready. It's the USS Salsa. I got a Dumas Panther engine in it. I think it's a 6-volt motor, real big. I mean, big. And the universal, it goes to the dog bone and everything, goes to the motor all the way to the stepping box where the pedal shaft passes through. And that damn thing hauls ass. But I took it down that pond down there. I had living in that trailer. And the deck wasn't on and stuff, but just the hull by itself. Just to see how it would work. And that thing is like a speedboat. Man, that's going to be, well, that's probably one of my fastest radio control models I have. But these weren't really that fast. They were fast, but not that fast. I think when they go around maybe 12, 15, 16 knots, somewhere around there, fast enough. These things could take the ocean. They're very, very, very strong. Very, very strong piece of ship. And they're small. Like I say in the beginning of the video, they're around 200 some weight. Not much more than that. I'm enjoying the hell out of this thing. You just got to do a little bit on it at a time, like I'm doing right now. I'm enjoying the talk with everybody and maintaining my chat board and also construction building my beautiful babe over here, the SNOWBERRY, second chance. And yeah, let me check the chat board, see what's going on there. Too busy chewing the fat here. Yeah, 1/600 scale. I figured I was right. It's small, but it's a good kit. It really is. Now I got in my collection, in my storage, I got the USS Binion. It was a Fletcher class destroyer. Very, very small. It may be 1/600 scale. I think it is. Although it's very, very small. By Aurora. It's a good kit. Yeah, those decals, they're quite yellow though, right? Though, so she got those old Aurora kits. You got to realize the kitchen building is probably more than 60 years old. It's been around for a long, long time. Aurora, they were a very demanded model manufacturer at the time when it first came out back in the 1950s. And there was some of their models were not too far off of being authentic like the real one. Some are just really no perspective to even resemble the model they represent. Like the V29 they got. You look at that tail of that kit right there and how short those wings are and stuff. But at the time, 1950, the V29, man, that was top of the chart kit back in those days. The V25, the V26 Marauder they had. Now, Aurora had some pretty damn good models back in those days. Now I got a bunch of my collection in my storage. I made a couple of YouTube videos on them. I think the other one, the first one I did by Aurora was the B26 Marauder I had. 148 scale. Then I got the B25 done. Now I'll tell you, one of the best kits they made is that Black Widow, that P61 Black Widow, 148 scale. Now that's a good kit. I remember getting one of those back in 1960. Heck, I got a little money in my pocket. I figured cutting some lawns or plus my allowance I got, and went down there to the hardware store and bought a kit. All kinds of kits back in those days. Those Roar kits are good. They're worth their weight in gold. Okay, that's that done. And we got certain couple minutes here. Yeah, let's here we go. Get that in a minute. Okay. Oh yeah, I got to prime that piece too. Oh yeah, that was a good kit. I've had one of those one time. The plastic comes in it's red, a real fancy kind of red color, real dark red. That's another thing Aurora was good for back in those days. There was a lot of those kits that they made they were molded in color. I mean, they had a couple of Jet Zero releases that were molded in yellow plastic. Oh yeah, and the German aircraft, like the Focke-Wulf they did, it was all one corner scale. Back in those days, they introduced that with 148 scale kits. I don't think there's no other odd scale kits that made out there other than the B36 that they made, which is small, and the B52, probably 144 scale. They're very small. Along with the B17s they had too. I don't believe they won 144 scale. They're small. Yeah, I remember those old kits back in those days. Aurora, they offered all kinds of colored plastic. I remember the Focke-Wulf was all black. Hellcat was blue, and made a hell diver too, which I got one of those in my collection. In my storage kit. It's SV2C hell diver. That's a pretty good kit right there. It's only one of the world of this type that's made that scale. Plus, that model's probably 65 years old anyway. Yeah, but I like those old color because they have a lot of us. To me personally, it reminds me of my childhood days when I was very young. You know, we were when the models first came out and stuff. Okay. Go ahead and try to get these super sub-assemblies all done. And I can find them all at once and paint them all at once. Yeah, I've always loved those old kits. I got a bunch in my collection. Man, how about glue gun on there? Make sure it glues out. it dry. There's the key on here, the deck here. I think that was a new color. Perfect. Oh, dang. Yeah. Tricky what's on there. The rest, wow. Good tankers. That's 6 watching. 5 thumbs up. Jeremy, Mark. No Danny tonight? Chuck, you know what happened to old Chuck? Take a break or let that thing dry. It was a nice cool day today. I walked down there to that marathon store today. I think it took me about maybe 15, 20 minutes to get there. Probably about 15 minutes. I came back faster than when I first walked up there. That was a good little walk. I'll say way over a mile. But it's good for me to walk like that. I think it is. Sit down all the time, not very good for you, for nobody. You got to stimulate your system. Good. Uh, Blue color, blue gray. No, I got K. I know what K parts are. Right here. Okay, we'll go right back to work on this chart house. Yeah, that's it. 40. Go the stairways up to the chart house. Set this down flat. That flat surface will be like a jig. Hold the walk on straight, so it goes up to the deck. I'm going to prime this whole thing, paint it out as I go. Add all my weathering. Rebuilding this kit, guys, you got to be open-minded when you build this thing, because maybe something you want to change. But you don't want to change it while you get to that point. You got to think ahead. This kit always makes you think ahead. Now, like I said, I'm my third rodeo, and I'm building this kit a lot different than the last time I built it. I remember my last build on it was very pleasurable. I had a blast out. Kit calls you to go ahead and put the glass on, but I'm not gonna do that. The glass is gonna last because I gotta paint this. Once it's all painted, I can assemble the glass from the inside. I gotta check the window panes. Are they go on the inside or outside? Right about now. They go on the outside. I was thinking I'd go ahead and use clear acetate for one of those big strips of across there. We'll see, but anyway, this got to be painted. We'll see. Curiosity has been solved by reviewing the sprue. So those windows, they go inside, not outside. I mean, outside, not inside. Oh. Okay. Always like to mark off these steps on there now. That's done there. That's done. 35 steps are done. Well, 34 is the windows. They've been done last. Everything else has been done. Now, we'll step 37 and see a shake in there. All righty then. And the calls for the overhead bracings. They are glued to the side floors. I know where they're at. Yeah. One thing is loaded with parts. Here's one kit you cannot say no to either. When it comes to Matchbox kits, without shadow of doubt, this kit is the holy grail. I remember back in the late 1970s. I got mine back in '79. I think that's when the kit was released, and they were expensive back in that time. They ran around $75. Probably the most expensive ejection molded model out there in the modeling community and world. I remember coming home on with my first one back in 1979. I was still in the Navy, ready to get out. And bought that down there at the Mad Modeler Hobby Shop. 1A T-Tech. He had a nice hobby shop. He dealt with a lot of kits. Those hobby shops don't fool with. Like I say, the last of the great hobby shops, they were over with by the beginning of the 1970s. That's when everything started to change by then. Like Ralph's Hobby Shop's gone. Don Baker's Cozy Hobby Shop, it's all gone. J.P. Penney Hobby Shop, that's all gone. All these old model shops used to go to years past. Okay. All gone. Now, if I want to go to that hobby shop again, all I have to do is just think about it. And I'm there. Gotta watch out for this stuff, guys. These knives are very dangerous. When they roll out there, you got your feet, you're down to your stocking and your feet. Sometimes like a dart, it'll go head first and stick you. I got harpooned one time. It hurts. Okay. Side of it. Like the butterfingers. They ain't got no glue on that. That's the problem. Straight. Oh, good God. Yeah. Port E17. I just had to eat a while ago here. Okay, eat this, oh boy. E17. This S screw. Let's see, this is the E screw. Look at this. Make certain. If I put go this way, we'll never split it out. Okay. This is G. B or E. E17. This is G. This is K. There's all third parts there, because it's got to be here. Here's what you need. This is M. This is A, this is that lead right here. I figured it was all gray. 1717. Right here. Okay. Excellent. That's right there. Okay. Yeah. Okay, let's see here. The end. Does this go in? Yep. Here they are. There's the needle. Now, I'm screwing now to get another part. Just that sub-assembly right there. I got the 2 screws. That's big. This is G-spring. K. So this is going to be right here. J. And what part is that? J36. That's it. Okay, we're making some progress time, guys. It's going slow. So we're getting, like I say, no foot race. Just take it easy and enjoy. Yeah. Look. Another part's clean. Gotcha. Good. This is dry right here. Put the cover back on it. Oh, there's a camo on this thing. Probably is. I gotta make sure I can't go too far on it. Because I gotta mask off certain areas on the superstructures for the camo. There's a very, very, very light gray on this thing. I use a combination of white paint mixed with a very light gold gray until I got to the tone it's supposed to be. Because I thought these things were all white, but I was wrong. I realized that was a mistake that I made in my first build. The first build came out excellent. It came out really beautiful. And, but it was all white. It may have been. I don't know. Or I don't know. A lot of things Frankie Day don't know. A lot of things I do know. You know. I knew that they're very light colors, but they were actually very light gray. Real light gray. This is a Canadian Corvette. They were very good ships for the day. I checked the chat board to see what's going on. Well, I love to, Jeremy. I'd love to go back to work again. But like I said, without a driver's license, it's very hard for me to do anything. You can become prisoner. You come from prisoner from society, you know. And like I feel pretty good today. I walked pretty good today. That was I moved too. Jeez, I can't believe I still can walk that good. So yeah, I was out there. It was cold today, and I just had this shirt on. All I had all day long was this shirt. You know, it was nice out there. It was chilly, brisk walk, but it was okay. It didn't hurt me at all. Went and got me a Coke, you know, and there's a small cigars. And I had a good day today. As long as I have a good day every day, you know, which I do. But these models they give me great comfort. But I got so many of them need to be finished up on, you know. I've been knocking them out, boys. I've been knocking them out. I got 2 tankers almost done. Finally finish up that Melanie, that the Dean's Marine tramp steamer. She sure looks pretty up there. Next month is March. Things will start warming up out here. Then I'll go to Ohio and get my stuff out of storage, get it all out here. And where it belongs is Frankie Day. But I want to enjoy what I've got left of life, what I have. I know I can't take it with me, but I want to hang on to it as much as I can, any way I can, as long as I can. And you guys building anything besides? I think Jeremy's building at St. Paul, 1/600 scale. Hey, Dingy, where are you, buddy? I'll see you out another half an hour or so in this video. And we'll have some more coming tomorrow. Right now, I'll let this thing dry a little bit, guys. You can't rush dryness. because there's so much preparation involved in this sub-stones we're making. I'm trying to get them together as much as I can where I can take it apart because I got to blacken the decks. I'm just go ahead and paint the whole thing black. Mask off the decking on there. You paint away. A couple of decks looking like the way I want it. They look good. They look like they're worn. You know, a lot of traffic, people rummaging on that deck. I imagine they wore that deck down there running a dang goddamn 4-inch gun. These were a menace to U-boats. And they're very hard to sink too, because they're fast. They have a lot of good maneuverability to them. I've always loved the design of European hulls. See, they see stuff a lot differently than we do. And I'm loving this SNOWBERRY right here. It's very beautiful. I get down with them, fellas. Okay, I think I'll be able to put the overhead and this hatch right here, which fits about so. Let it dry. It went out that way it's supposed to. That's good. That's very good. Let it dry. And I believe this is the front of the chart nose right here. It's just like that. And we got 10 watching, 10 thumbs up, doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. Okay, see what steps I can cross out if I've done already. This is done. I got a pair of paintwork on the deck right there. I think I'm going to go ahead and paint the whole thing black and then paint it in. Why they do that? Make that deck look like this. I'll leave it black too. The shadowing of the deck. Also the shadowing of the gray. I'll paint that thing. Rails last. Yeah. Like I say, I always see those railings. Like I say, you got to handle this thing. Pretty soon you grab it the wrong way, you're going to bust those railings. So actually they're used for the finishing touch. Now this is going to be all these little ready boxes across here. And they got to be primed and painted too. To get a feel of the superstructure, see how far I can go. Well, I can't do anymore because of paint work involved and stuff. Well, hell, everything else is just. Oh, I see. Okay. Now, I think that deck black too while I'm at it. Exactly. That's what I'm going to do. Yep. If I can mask off those decks, wood paint the superstructure. That's it. Now all the little boxes done. Add the assembly 42. Make quite certain. Make sure it is them sealed. Okay. It's just the rails. Let's see the rails will last. Rails will complete the sub-assembly they have on here. Because this is about as far as I'm going to go anyway, which is good. Makes my priming a lot easier and my painting. Now, like all these ready boxes that need to be filled here right in front of the chart house. That's step 42. It takes you all the way up to 46. Oh, 51. You got to pay attention to how you assemble these boxes on here too, because it gets special locations where they're supposed to go. Each location, how it's marked on these plans here, in the small outbordered numeral the sub-assembly is marked represents the parts you made. You got part 42. It tells you right here where 42 goes in on the deck. It goes back here now. It should be over on this side. Yeah, this that side. These are all ready boxes right here. You got to be assembled. You don't know what goes where. So each assembly step that you complete, make sure it's all done first, and go ahead and add to your location on here. We'll show you where it goes. That's why these plans are planned on. You got to each sub-assembly's got to be finished and painted and completed. And then you refer its assembly number to the assembly where it's supposed to go on the plan here, which it shows you. Okay, for example, we got 42. So 42 fits here should be the side here. Oh, this side. 42 goes over here. We got 43. And 43 goes right over here. So you got to follow your instructions. Like I say, you got to pay attention to them. They'll throw you off if you don't. Each sub-assembly on here, on these plans, are bold. You'll be able to see them pretty good. So when you finish 42, you just got to paint these individually and put them in place. Take this whole assembly up here, get them all done, and make sure you know where they go, which are located inside these tabs in here. They got to be painted first. This comes off. So I'll leave me room. Come over here and put rust on those. Well, that too, but it's better if y'all treated off the model before putting it on it. You do your rust on it. That'd be a smart way of doing it. See, like I say, you got to plan your construction as you build this thing, like I'm doing right now. So these 4 sub-assemblies will be finished, and they'll be primed and ready to be painted. And I'll locate them right here. These are all done. After they get painted, I'm going to put rust on them. Then I'll go ahead and assemble where it's supposed to be going. Next step would be 47, which looks like an enclosed bulwark. And I believe it goes over here in this area somewhere. Somewhere in this area up here. But they're quite certain it does, because it has a flange. So that means it's right across here. That's two's got to be primed and painted and rusted before you assemble on the model. Same thing the rest of these sub-assemblies on here. The next page will come over and tell you where they go to. Yep. And I gotta glue that ladder too. Where the hell does that ladder go at? It goes over in here. There. Remind me where it goes. That goes right over there. Yeah, I'm sure loving this snowberry, guys. I really am. Okay, everybody, I'll let this thing dry. And I got priming due on and everything, get it ready to go. And tomorrow we're going to work on all these boxes and get them all painted up. We're going to put them on the model. Like I say, it goes slow, guys. It goes slow. So you can't, like I say, you can't rush drying this. You can't rush paint work. You let it go out in dignity. Let it dry in dignity. Okay. Do a little review what we did a while ago before we close shop. Like I say, this comes off. It's got to be primed and painted before it's glued on the stick here. This comes off. And that ladder right there, which laid on top of the platform, will remind me that it belongs, and that belongs there, instead of being free on the deck. And it's gone. We're building this thing. Can we build this Corvette? Yes, we can. You and me. Like I say, these things are very dirty. Lay on with a weld with the rust. Lay it on with a will. These things were nasty, they were dirty. I use pastels and also brushes, rust on brush, controlling the hues of the rust. But these things are very, very dirty. So don't be ashamed if it's dirty. If you build clean, it takes authenticity away from it. Like the famous English builder, I think his last name was Reed, Philip Reed, and also Mr. King, I forget his first name. So the problem with people in America, when they build models, they build too clean. This thing looks good if there's no rust on it at all. It would be like a freshly launched Corvette before it goes into service. These things are dirty boats. They're sub killers. They're made to go out there and take out the submarines. That's the waterline color. I don't know, but I've seen a lot of them that were red. A lot of them that were black. Almost like a blackish gray color. That must be the new anti-fouling color that they use. But I went ahead and used anti-fouling all red. It could have been a little darker, I'm thinking. It's all red that I had, and I made it work. Those of you that have this kit, build it. And those who are out there who want to think about buying one, buy one. You'll not be disappointed. They are a big, big model now. They're big. This thing's no joke. It's about 1 meter long. It's big. It's a scale of 1/72 scale. So all you 1/72 scale model builders compare an airplane that scale to this model. That shows you the relationship, how big we are next to each other. That's the fun part about scale models. My tanker in Oklahoma over there. Got my Mr. Mulligan. Got my Saratoga back there. Got my clipper ship I'm working on now, the Sportfish, my remodels. Sea-Wick is way back there. Gotta get back on that thing. I gotta crack some rigging on it. My Titanics and my tankers are back there. Back to the Corvette, of course. This is a nice model, you know. It goes together quite easily. Just follow the instructions. Like I say at the beginning of the video, or even last night too, I mentioned a couple times, that these plans will get you thinking about others, because it'll get you so interested, and you see details what could be done a lot better, like put a light here, a light there somewhere if you want to use electronics in it, fiber optics and things, you know. You want to get a good general idea how this thing ticks, and it leads you to other steps. Now, if you're in the radio control, don't be bashful now. I do have one of these in the livery of the USS Salcy, and it's very pretty, just like this one is. and it's radio control. I'll put a Dumas 6-volt Panther engine in it, and I took it out to the pond and tested. Oh, that thing runs like a speedboat. So it gives me a good idea how fast this thing can go in the water. It's probably the fastest radio control model I've got. But like I say, you slap a good 6-volt motor in this thing, man, you're good. I use the kit's prop. Now, I highly suggest get yourself a brass prop for this thing. The plastic prop is just fine. It works real good, but you got to keep in mind, this doesn't have a skeg underneath the screw. It just has a direct. You can see the screw where the prop's at, where the rudder's at. There's no skeg to protect that screw right there, that prop. The way it was designed is because to get rid of less drag of the keel of the stern, and so that prop is plastic. It's a good strong prop. It works very good on my USS Halsey, but I will replace it with a brass prop. So save yourself a headache, guys, because this plastic blade, you know how plastic is. Plastic is plastic. It is what it is, and it breaks what it's supposed to be doing anyway, and it'll break easy. You hit a rock on this thing where you come in close to the shore, you bust those blades off. That's if you use a plastic one, but the brass ones like that, you won't hurt it at all. Of course, you want to make a habit not to nick your blades anyway on ground growth at all. So kind of be careful out there when you're running close to shores to achieve your model. There you can see my hand, how big it is. My hand's inside this thing right now. These here could be all primed and painted before I assemble on this deck. I use a lot of cryolite glue on it to keep it on, make it nice and strong. The deck's on there really well. No gaps at all. And I like this ship. It's very good. So any of you guys got one of these, build it. Novice can build no problem. Just follow the instructions. Instructions have got very bold assemblies, so you can't go wrong. They're not misleading at all. You just have to understand how they construct things. Like, for example, the step right here I was showing you a while ago. Each one of these assemblies right here, up to 45, and then beyond, you got to be primed and painted and treated with rust before you assemble it on the model. That'll save a lot of time. Same thing with sub-assembly. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to paint this all black here. Then I'm going to take some brown paint and airbrush brown around that deck. Then I'm going to mask it off around that deck area. And go ahead and lay on the paint and the camo on there. So like I say, you're constantly, ships like this, it's camouflage throughout. It's not only on the hull, it's on the superstructure, so you got to know what color goes where. You got to follow your instruction sheet and show you where it goes. It's got to be painted and everything before it's assembled. So it's one of these cases when you build a superstructure in this thing. Right now it's easy. This thing's easy to paint now. I can camo it. I can actually use masking tape, mask everything off individually, because the deck fits right on top of there. The big deck fits right on top of there. It fits up there. Okay, I'm going to come back to yours truly and finish up the video. Okay. I'm going to call it a video tonight. I'm a little tired. And have a good show tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday night, so have a good Friday night show tomorrow. And be more continuation. Be video 5 on the SNOWBERRY. We're going to build it together, guys. You and I. We're going to build this. And it's going to be very delightful, too, when we build it. Okay. I'd like to thank all my viewers tonight who's watched this video. A lot of good friends on the chat. I'd like to thank you fellas for tuning in, and we'll catch you tomorrow night and build a model on, like Max Models always says, and like Stu Avery says, those two models get kick crazy out there. We're not out of the woods yet, guys. It's February. We've been getting snow off and on here in Tennessee. A lot of places ain't getting any snow and rain and stuff though. But we're not out of the woods yet because weather is unpredictable. You don't know what it's going to be. Shine one day, snow the next day. You don't know. It's all in the hands of God. So anyway, take care of yourselves, say your prayers, make mama happy, take care of the little ones, stay focused when you drive. Be aware of your surroundings. Model on. I'll catch you tomorrow night. We'll have Friday Night Live. Back on the Revell Matchbox kit, 1/72 scale. His Majesty Canadian Corvette ship, SNOWBERRY, and we'll start assembling the stores, have them painted, and all weathered, and we'll continue on the superstructure tomorrow. So we're going to have a good show tomorrow, guys. Thank you all for tuning in, and may God bless, and I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Thank you, fellas. All right, guys, take care.